The reason why I was spearheading the football team to go in and get screened at UCSF was because it's been all over the news where kids have been basically dropping dead on the football field, and it's been really terribly sad, especially when it's something that can be prevented.
In this year's PlaySafe cardiac physicals, we had 327 athletes who came in that day, and 26 of them had to go on to further screening with an echocardiogram, and we identified 6 athletes that had serious cardiac issues that we had to get further addressed.
I would just be running, and my heart would just start speeding up, and I just thought it was normal. I was just like, yeah, my heart's speeding up, I'm running. And then eventually it got to a rate where like I couldn't keep track of how many beats it was, and it was just going like so fast. And then I just thought maybe I was out of shape, but then I went to the cardiac screening.
An electrocardiogram, or EKG, is a simple tracing of the heart. We put leads on an athlete and we can measure the electrical activity as well as get an idea of the structure of the heart. It's quick, it's painless, it's easy, and it's widely available in many medical offices.
I still will never forget sitting in that waiting room and all the other athletes were filing out after being screened, and Ryland wasn't coming out the door, and I'm wondering what's going on here. And he came out white as a ghost and said, "Mom, you got to come back and talk to the cardiologist. There's something going on with my EKG."
So Ryland's cardiac structure was normal, meaning that all of the pieces of his heart, the plumbing of his heart, was normal. Unfortunately, he had a problem with the electrical component of his heart.
When Ryland came out of the screening and we discovered that he was diagnosed with Wolff-Parkinson's-White syndrome, I was scared to death. I thought, how could this possibly be happening to my son?
So in addition to the normal electrical fibers that we all have in our heart, he had an extra nerve fiber that could have resulted in a more dangerous cardiac arrhythmia.
Once he set out the options, the first 2 options, medication and the defibrillator, I would not be able to play sports or really do any serious activity for the rest of my life, basically.
Ryland said, "Well, we're doing the surgery. That's about the only option we have." Having a son that's active athletically, I really think that was the only choice we had.
The catheter ablation procedure is only performed at very specialized centers. In Ryland's case, we quickly found the place where the arrhythmia was coming from, and we were able to treat it with heat energy that immediately destroyed the cardiac tissue that was involved with the arrhythmia.
In terms of the numbers and the pros and cons of doing cardiac screening, we are looking for kind of needles in haystacks, which is, a tough job. But even one death that can be preventable, in my mind, seems to be worth it.
And I get welled up with emotion when I think about how thankful we are that UCSF was able to do these free cardiac screenings and diagnose Ryland with this condition and able to treat him.
Which makes me appreciate my health and being able to do all these activities.
PlaySafe is an incredible program, and we are very lucky, very, very lucky.